Welcome back to Icon the Internet. Okay, so tonight I this vid by RRG and it's called T.I. and Tiny's relationship is a hot stankin' mess. Oh man. Look here, T.I. and Tiny. They're still together? Fuck me. Anyway. Look at that, I haven't heard their name all that much lately. Last time I heard T.I.'s name, I heard him talk about something like, taking his daughter to the gyno to check if she's still a virgin or something like that. Or some wild shit like that. I was like, the fuck? I didn't need to know this shit. But why the fuck are you going with her to the gyno then? Whatever. Yeah, information I didn't need to know, but yeah, here we are. Anyways, sure. Without further ado, let's get into this reaction. Let's watch. I'm dead. Nah, I just heard my friend's voice note and now I just can't stop laughing. Fuck it up. No. Bruh.
Before we get into other people's business, be sure to scoop up something to munch on at rrgsnacks.com.
As long as it's not my business.
Our online concession stand that has an assortment of beef and bacon jerky, caramel pecan popcorn, and butter toffee peanuts.
The chemistry of you and I cannot be duplicated. You can put you with somebody else, you can put me with somebody else, you ain't gonna get the same thing, man. You know what I mean? It ain't the same fireworks, it ain't the same combustion. You just can't get it.
You're so stupid.
Since there's way too much hot, stinking mess to unpack with this one, we don't have time to give y'all an introduction. So let's jump right into the red flags in the King of the South and his queen's relationship, shall we? Clifford T.I. Harris and Tamika Tiny Cottle's romance goes way back to the beginning of the new millennium when Tiny was a member of the girl group Escape, and T.I. had released his debut album but was still trying to get his career popping off. They knew each other from the Atlanta music scene. Tiny was a fan of his music and told Vlad TV his southern twang was too sexy to me. One day, the mother of one saw a guy walking in the mall looking fly as hell. That guy was T.I., of course. They exchanged information, met up at a local eatery, and got to know each other over a plate of chicken wings. They played phone tag for a little bit, but when they finally hooked up again, it was on and poppin'. In 2004, 29-year-old Tiny and 23-year-old T.I. welcomed their son, King. 2 years later, the world was introduced to T.I.'s alleged freaky-deaky lifestyle. The year was 2006. T.I. already had 4 studio albums to his name and was consistent with releasing hit after hit after hit. With his increased notoriety, the women were reportedly all over his little bite-sized self. An anonymous video vixen told a gossip website she was at an Atlanta nightclub when she met T.I. and Flavor of Love reality star Nikki Hoops Alexander. The woman claimed T.I. and Hoops were in some sort of relationship, and Hoops was being flirty with her. At the end of the night,
entanglement, okay.
T.I. suggested they all go back to his house for some three-way action. Now, what you'll notice throughout this video is that despite T.I. being linked to other women, he always makes his way back to Tiny. So the rumors about him and Hoops fizzled out. And by 2007, Tiny was pregnant with their second child. Sadly, the pregnancy resulted in a stillbirth in March 2007.
Oh, that's sad.
Now, Nicole Scherzinger is a name you don't hear too often around these parts, but it's kind of crazy that she's about to make back-to-back appearances on RRG. She was recently featured in our messy Big Sean and Janae Aiko video, which we linked for you in the description box. And
I might get that one to watch soon.
This T.I. and Tiny mess. In 2007, T.I. collaborated with Nicole on her single, Whatever You Like.
Oh, yeah.
He also made a cameo in the music video, and child, Nicole was all over Tiny's man, like white on rice.
White on rice.
Alluded to knowing how T.I. and Tiny get down behind closed doors. During an appearance on the E! podcast, Lady Gang, Nicole was asked what comes to mind when thinking about certain entertainers. When T.I.'s name was mentioned, Nicole described him as being hot. The podcast co-host Becca Tobin then chimed in.
One time he and Tiny invited me over for dinner. Sure they did. I was quite flattered. They were like, guess what's for dinner?
Was Nicole speaking from experience? According to Tiny,
Probably.
they planned a wedding in 2007, but T.I. has no recollection of it.
Oh, hell.
I don't remember that.
Oh, we were planning the whole wedding.
Oh.
Oh, you don't remember?
I don't remember planning the wedding. I don't remember that. But tell everybody. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Huh? That should be your sign to get out. But he stayed. Wow. I might watch that, was it Big Sean and Janae Aiko one at some point. Fuck knows when, though.
Well, anyway, that didn't work out.
Maybe I'll watch it my own
Instead,
time.
T.I.
I don't
was
know.
gearing up for that year's BET Hip Hop Awards. But hours before the event, he was locked up after he gave his bodyguard $12,000 to buy 3 machine guns and 2 silencers. This was
Oh.
a big no-no, considering T.I. was already a convicted felon at the time. He was facing 10 years, but worked out a plea deal and was sentenced to 1 year behind bars. The
Bruh.
MTV reality show T.I.'s Road to Redemption followed him for 45 days up until his sentencing. He and Tiny welcomed their son Major in May 2008, and T.I. began serving his federal sentence in 2009. With T.I. in an Arkansas penitentiary, Tiny and Toya Johnson teamed up for the reality show Tiny and Toya. The series showed Tiny as she juggled single mommyhood and tried to reignite her music career.
Damn.
Upon his release, T.I. described himself as a changed man and said he was ready to be a positive influence on the youth. He and Tiny finally got married in July 2010 after close to 10 years of dating. And just 2 months after tying the knot, they were back in some mess. He and Tiny
That didn't take
were
long.
in West Hollywood after cops found ecstasy in their vehicle. Tiny
Bruh.
confirmed the substance belonged to her. Although the charges against T.I. were dropped, he was still ordered to report to federal prison for 11 months after a judge ruled his arrest and a failed drug test violated his probation and his previous weapons conviction.
Nah.
The charges against Tiny were later dismissed after she completed 24 sessions of a certified drug diversion program in Georgia. So T.I. was hauled off to the clinker, and during a June 2011 visit, guards caught Tiny rubbing T.I.'s meat pipe.
Aye!
Of course, that kind of contact is
In the prison! I mean, if you want... you gotta get in somewhere.
allowed. So T.I. was immediately hauled off to a special housing unit that consisted of more security and less freedom, and Tiny was told to get to
Step in.
After getting released and spending time in a halfway house, the cat was back home with his family by September 2011, and their reality show, T.I. and Tiny, The Family Hustle, premiered in December. Fans were given a front row seat to the blended family's daily life, but behind the scenes, T.I. and Tiny were going through some major issues.
Ooh.
Tiny said that while T.I. was behind bars, she found her voice and started being less timid. So when he came back home, her new demeanor took him by surprise. What Tiny needed from him was understanding. But instead, T.I. went out and found some new sugar walls to dive into.
Oh.
Found him somebody that he can be like, hey, don't move. Something this, do that. And then I was not, you know what I'm saying? I understand.
But as always, the Harrises worked through their issues and patched things up.
Wow.
Things were quiet for a few years, up until 2014, when it was reported that they got into some sort of altercation on the Grammys' red carpet. And then the girl group Tiny created, called French Kiss, abruptly disbanded. Sources later told Gossip website that French Kiss broke up because T.I. allegedly had an affair with one of the group members. It might sound like T.I. was the one stepping out, but sources claim Tiny was doing her own thing as well, with Floyd Mayweather. During a May 2014 trip to Las Vegas, she reportedly spent time with the boxing champ and posted a picture of her and Floyd's daughter on her Instagram.
I forgot how Chicano are
T.I.,
best
who was
mates.
also in Vegas at the time, saw the picture and took it as a sign that Floyd and Tiny were bumping ugly. So T.I. pulled up on Floyd in a Fat Burger eatery. In a video obtained by online sources,
You're not
T.I.
serious.
swing at Floyd. You can also see chairs flying all over the place and Floyd yelling at T.I. to control your tiny...
Damn. A man will beat your ass over a girlfriend, but he'll kill you about his wife. Trust me. Whether he was faithful to the wife or not, he doesn't. Niggas don't play when it comes to their wives.
Was reportedly somewhere else in Vegas when the altercation went down, and she later confirmed she was never intimate with Floyd. By 2016, it appeared that their marriage was back on track. Tiny gave birth to their daughter, Eris, in April of that year. But 5 months later, the ish hit the fan. A video popped up online of Tiny in a bikini outfit and T.I. in his drawers in a room full of butt-naked women. In
So
the
it was some kind of
video, it appears
orgy?
that Tiny is rubbing on a woman sitting beside her. People took the footage as proof that T.I. and Tiny were some freaks. Unfortunately, we can't show the footage on our family-friendly channel.
Of course not.
Then, in December 2016,
Damn.
Tiny filed for divorce. To some, it seemed like the divorce filing was a warning shot to get her husband to act right. During a January 2017 interview with Street View TV, Tiny said, "I'm not gonna go back to T.I. He need to come back to me, baby.
Lies.
I'm where I'm supposed to be at."
Lies.
They were scheduled to appear in court in March 2017, but the hearing was canceled after the judge realized T.I. hadn't been served with divorce papers. So Tiny refiled her divorce petition in April 2017. That same month, T.I. appeared on the Angie Martinez show and said his marriage was a distraction. And at that time, he could be a better best friend than a husband. He added, "I just have a purpose, and I just don't always have the time to do the thoughtful and considerate things that a husband should do." Perhaps he wasn't in a rush to get back with Tiny because he was munching on Instagram model Bernice Burgess's fur burger. Although Tiny called Bernice a pass-around, she also confirmed Bernice came into the picture after the divorce papers were filed. So, if Bernice wasn't the reason she and T.I. split up, why did Tiny try to get her then bestie Shakana to jump Bernice? Well, that's what Shakana claimed during an Instagram live session, at least. While T.I. and Tiny were going through whatever they were going through, Tiny moved out of their marital home.
For those who don't understand, Tip had some infidelities with a girl who I hired, and that girl is one of the reasons why I got my own house.
Ooh.
Now, if this ain't messy enough, Rob Kardashian cranked the messiness up a notch during an online argument with his ex-fiancée, Blac Chyna.
What's wrong to do with
In a
this?
series of Instagram posts, Rob accused Chyna of cheating on him with several men. And T.I., as if he didn't have enough things to worry about in his own life, decided to enter the chat. Commenting on one of Rob's posts, T.I.
Are you kidding us? Are you kidding us? It's just a fucking roller coaster. Okay, so we had Nicole Scherzinger make an appearance in this. Rob Kardashian, Blac Chyna. Who next? Jeffree Star too? The fuck? This is not
your
this.
business to IG though. Look, you got work, bro, but at least keep it to yourself. T.I. then went on to call Rob a big duck, a mighty duck, Ronald McDonald McDuck, Scrooge McDuck, Howard the Duck, and told him he needed to take his L and move on. That was exactly what Rob needed to air T.I. all the way out. Rob posted a screenshot of T.I.'s comment and wrote, "Since T.I. want to chime in on business that don't concern him, let's talk about the threesome you had with Chyna and your baby mama, Tiny." Ooh.
Oh.
Rob then clarified that T.I. actually paid Chyna to engage in the three-way act, and that shut T.I. all the way up. Despite still dealing with their divorce proceedings, T.I. wished Tiny a happy 42nd birthday in July 2017. In his Instagram message, he also wrote, "In my eyes, we didn't break up. We evolved into something unconditional, a relationship that supersedes fidelity, physical presence, or any other disagreement we may have faced." What was T.I. really trying to say when he mentioned their relationship supersedes fidelity? Shortly after that birthday post, an insider told Hollywood Life website that T.I. held all the power in their pending divorce. He was allegedly done with monogamy and would only call off the divorce if Tiny agreed to have an open marriage. The insider added, T.I. still loves Tiny, and he says he always will, but he just can't stay faithful to her. There are so many hot women out there, and they're always throwing themselves at Tip, and he just can't resist.
We'll see, they want his money, that's why.
Tiny was free to see other men? Not quite. The insider stated that Tiny getting her back blown out by other men was something T.I. wouldn't even entertain. And then came another bombshell. An online website wrote that Tiny had been having an affair with Master P for the past 2 years.
Oh, hell nah.
Master P took to his Instagram to deny the allegation.
Red flags.
In September 2017, the couple officially called off their divorce. And in July 2018, T.I. was caught slapping another woman's butt backstage at one of his shows. The woman was later identified as entertainer Asia Epperson.
The video ain't really the issue. The video being posted up on social media is the issue. If someone would have sent her that video privately, she and I would have had one conversation about it, and it would have been over.
Was that enough for Tiny to walk away for good? Nope. 2021 brought more craziness when their former friend Sabrina Peterson accused T.I. of putting a weapon to her head during an altercation with his assistant. She also posted screenshots of DMs from women who accused the couple of taking advantage of them and forcing them to take substances. Tiny and T.I. both denied the allegations.
Of course they
In
would.
February 2021, a lawyer sought to pursue criminal charges on behalf of up to 11 people who claim to have been victimized by the couple or members of their entourage. Due to the accusations, VH1 suspended the filming of Family Hustle before canceling the show entirely.
Damn.
Shakana took to her Instagram to defend Tiny and T.I. and even accused Sabrina of having intimate relations with the couple and recruiting women for them. Sabrina eventually hit Tiny, T.I., and Shakana with defamation charges following their online exchange.
Damn.
Shakana and Tiny's friendship crumbled soon thereafter when Shakana accused Tiny of not standing up for her against online haters. Shakana later backtracked on her previous comments about Sabrina and said Tiny coerced her to make those statements. In the end, the LA District Attorney's Office declined to pursue criminal charges because the alleged incidents exceeded the statute of limitations. As of this video, T.I. and Tiny are keeping it cute and maintaining a low profile. It also appears that T.I. has deactivated his Instagram, unless he blocked RRG and we're just unable to see his profile. They are focusing on their careers, including their new Trap City Cafe in Atlanta. T.I. has performed stand-up comedy and is also gearing up for his 12th and final studio album. As for Tiny, she's still performing with Escape, and they will appear alongside SWV on a new reality show called The Queens of R&B that's set to premiere in March 2023. The couple will celebrate 13 years of marriage in 2023, and although the ding-ding-dings have demolished our
26
red
red
flag
flags.
detector, we wish them nothing but the best. If you enjoyed this
Jesus
video, let us
Christ. This whole thing with T.I. and Tiny. Wow. Fucking roller coaster. Where do I begin? Wow. These two are freaky as hell, but they're also toxic as hell. Wow. Birds of a feather really do flock together, don't they? Because it's like one is just as bad as the other. I was thinking, Jesus Christ. He can't stay faithful to her. So basically, in other words, he wants to be able to still be married to her and fuck other people. But she can't fuck other people too. Okay, I get it. I don't agree with it, but I get it. But wow, what a mess. These two really take ride or die to a whole nother level. A very toxic level, but a level nonetheless. Lord, since the 2000s, that shit's mad to me. And jumping around, I can't see what people saying right now. These two make Will and Jada's shenanigans seem like middle school drama. Yeah, very much so. Like I was watching this thinking, what? I was just shocked the whole time. This is just madness. T.I. taking a swing at a professional boxer is crazy. He must be delusional about his fighting skills. Yeah, that shit's mad to me. Oh god, the guy thought that Floyd Mayweather was sleeping with his wife, so the guy must have balls of steel to really go ahead and do that. This is codependency at its finest. A poisonous relationship can be as harmful as drug addiction. Someone's already trying to diagnose him as a narcissist. I don't know. I don't have the credentials to diagnose people as narcissists. People love throwing around the word narcissist so casually, right? Like my ex is a narcissist. This person I think is a narcissist, and they don't even have the credentials to even diagnose people as narcissists. Like, what is this? It's mad. I can't with people, bro. These two are toxic. What you settle for is what you will allow. What you settle for is what you'll work double to keep. Man, see, I wasn't ready for a Kardashian smoke. That's just mad funny. Paid Black China to join him in Ty in the bedroom, allegedly. Damn. I mean, if me and my bird were married and they said, "Oh, you can invite somebody else in the bedroom," oh, I'll definitely invite another bird in the bedroom. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. If I'm allowed to do so, I'll do so. It's definitely saying something when you want to add another person in the bedroom. It's basically saying that the partner you have already is not enough for you. It is what it is. This is a hot stankin' mess. I'm at a loss for words to say. I might watch the Big Sean one at some point. Fuck knows when that will be. But yeah, interesting vid. I didn't know about a lot of this shit. I'm like, damn, this shit's just mad. Freak as hell, toxic as hell. Yeah, let's hope this whole thing with them is sorted or whatever. But I think it's a good thing to keep in my profile. I mean, if I were them, I'd probably deactivate all my socials, to be honest with you. But people gonna make their money. But yeah, what a mess. Okay, so that's it for this video. Like, subscribe if you want. I post it when I feel like it, and I'll see you next one. Bye.